Alright, what is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to another round of Super Auto Pets. I just wanted to cast a few games from this week's new arena runs. I'm going to cast 3 games today, so stay tuned. We're going to cast this first round here. So this is literally the first ever game I played in this week's new rotation of pets, and I'm like, man, what the heck is going on here? I checked the pet list, and I was like, what? So there's a lot of sources to generate trumpets this week. It seems like there's a very interesting balance of tokens versus entering the battlefield and triggering abilities to like just blow stuff up. So yeah, if I had an Axe Handle Hound here, this would have been over instantly. So Axe Handle Hounds, if your opponents have a duplicate, they just deal 10 damage to one of the copies. So it's actually really good. But it gets countered. Oh, there's the Axe Handle Hound. There we go. Let me pause it here so I can read it. There we go. Multiple copies, deal 10 damage to one of them. Basically kills insta-kills like an early game unit here. So I'm just like, oh, well, I can't have a moth double then. But a good counter to the Axe Handle Hound is this little egg here. Sneaky egg. So when the egg starts a battle, it just dies. So if you have a bunch of eggs, the Axe Handle Hound will hit the egg. But then when an egg just dies anyways, and then it automatically triggers. And it summons a cracked egg. So it's a pretty good counter to the Axe Handle Hound. So anyways, I'm just like, well, this seems like a very interesting roster. Tier 1 pets are always so, like, jank. But anyways, this guy's an Axe Handle Hound. And I'm like, okay, same. So this thing faints automatically. Got that here. Little moth. And there we go. He only had 4 guys. So there we go. Nice. Actually did not expect to win right away. By the way, win as in, like, get 10 wins. But I'm just like, ooh, Pegasus. And I'm like, Dolphin or Pegasus? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take Pegasus. Pegasus seems a bit like a meme, but I'm just like, I'll take that. So there we go. Pegasus, get the summon, take a balloon, and then Bat. I actually really like Bat. So I put the moth here, and I'm like, ooh, okay, end my turn. Because I'm just like, moth, I think, is something I might keep for a little while, just because it does buff the attack of my front unit. So I'm like, there we go, bam, bam, bam. The egg automatically triggers the Pegasus here. I think Pegasus this week actually isn't as strong as the previous week that I played it, but it's still pretty good. It's still decent. I don't think it's good to keep past mid-game though. So anyways, I switched up here because I want the balloon to hit the moth. Put down a bat because I'm like, you know what? Making enemies weak is pretty good. Making enemies weak also removes like any buffs they have, like such as honey. So that's pretty good. And I'm like, you know what? I'll buff my Axe Handle Hound here. We got cold as well. I was like, ooh, another bat. Frigate Bird. We'll come back to Frigate Bird later. But Frigate Bird is a way to counteract debuffs, because whenever your friend gets a debuff, it instead gets rice. So basically it just nullifies the debuff. Anyways, little bee coming out here. Enemy also has a Pegasus, but his Pegasus is weak, which means I win. There we go. So weak on the Pegasus basically just makes like your unit take 3 more damage. So yeah, anyways, let's pause it. Ooh, Frigate Bird works 1 time per turn. So that's pretty good. And so I'm like, yeah, ooh, and I'm like, ooh, Pegasus. Pick that up. Pick this up, and I'm like, you know what? I sell the Hound, and I'm like, I'm gonna try Ox for once. Because here's my reasoning. If my friend had faints, the Ox gains a melon. So if the Ox picked up any debuff, it'll basically cleanse itself and give itself melon. And so now it's no longer debuffed. So I'm like, that seems pretty good. And I'm like, hey, it's another Ox. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just do it. So here we go. Next fight. I know you guys like say like, oh, you guys don't enjoy the cast as much, but I'm just like, oh, my Ox died instantly. I forgot about that, Lamau. But I'm just like, I think I will still do live games, but like the cast is just like interesting because I want to showcase some games I played while I was like AFK. And once again, you can see here the bat is clutching this game for me. If I didn't have the bat, I would have lost that. Or yeah, I would have lost that. But the bat made it so my Pegasus just one-shots it. And I'm like, oh, let's go bat, baby. So here I have a Penguin. I was like, you know what? Penguin for some passive stat scaling. Penguin actually is a little too slow this week, I think, unless you get it like super early. Like turn 6 is okay. And Penguin scaling my bat and my moth is actually not a bad combo. So that's going to make 2 enemies weak. And it's just going to remove any buffs they have. Bang. Okay, I lost my Penguin. Penguin wasn't important anyways. Okay. Bonk. 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 Boom, boom, boom. There's the melon activating. There we go. The melon is going to come in clutch here. Ox is actually really good early game, and I think it's a really good unit to scale to late game if you have a scaling mechanism. So I think I'm going to be playing Ox a bit more this week, just because Ox can cleanse all these debuffs. And Melon is really key too. There we go, got my Ox here, and I'm like, ooh, Beluga Whale? Beluga Whale, I don't think I have enough space for Beluga Whale, to be honest. But yeah. But Ox's ability to cleanse itself of debuffs, so good. And it can gain Melon multiple times. So if you have the ability to jump a pet forward after Ox attacks, that's actually not too bad. Yeah, it works 2 times. I guess gaining Melon twice doesn't really help. But yeah, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Bonk, bonk, bang. Ooh, Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny plus weak is just insane damage amplification. So anyways, I'm like, ooh. Unfreeze the Beluga. Put them off here. And I'm like, ooh, Ghost Kitten. No, no. I considered the Dragonfly for a bit there. I think this entire turn I just rolled down. I literally just roll all my money away. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let's do that here. So Dragonfly gives +1/+1 to friends of every level. So level 1, level 2, level 3. And it does it once. But I'm like, Penguin's okay. It's fine. Got the Lynx and the Dolphin here. I'm gonna get pinged out of my mind here. Ooh. There we go. Friend ahead faints. I basically just resummoned my entire comp, thanks to Pegasus here. And the weak just makes my units relevant. Got the Ox here. Yeah, he like pinged off my entire board. And then I just resummoned my entire board. I think when that moment happened, I was like, I actually genuinely laughed. I was like, that's hilarious. You did nothing. And I was like, ooh, Kerberos. Gimme, gimme. So I sold the Ox for it. But now that I think about it, actually, nah, Kerberos is just too good in stats. It summons an 8/8 Fire Pup. Works once. And I'm like, you know what? I'm playing tokens anyways, so might as well just run some Kerberos here. Kerberos only triggers on the front spot being empty though. So I think here we just get like Giga obliterated. Like, ouch. There we go. Okay, there we go. Kerberos activating. The weak coming in clutch once again. If I didn't have weak there, I would not have won that fight. That was key. And then I'm like, ooh, Penguin. Don't mind if I do. Unfortunately, Penguin can't buff itself. Tacos. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I wish Penguin could buff itself. But then I guess it could like run away with that scaling. So anyways, in terms of stats, nothing really too impressive here. This guy's golden egg, so like he's gonna... Oh, you see here? The weak just comes in clutch. Removing the golden egg. Bam. The weak is so good, man. It's got a little boar here. Boar's gonna gain some stats, and I'm like, uh-oh. Good thing my Kerberos Hound comes in here. Oh, the doggo is pretty good this week. You can summon like a pretty big trumpet doggo. There's a lot of trumpet abilities this week, so yeah, I do want to showcase another game where I just get clobbered by that, and I'm like, oh, pretzel, and I'm like, oh, I don't have enough high tier units. I put a chocolate in here, but I'm just like, oh, this is the last round. Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to use Frogman this week. I don't think there's any pets that jump, so I don't actually know why Frogman's in the set, unless the Labrador jumping in is a jump. Oh my god, I actually get obliterated here. This guy's a Sabertooth. And I'm like, uh-oh. This guy's so strong. I think I lose this round. Yeah, I think 100% lose this round. Yep, there's no way I win this round. This guy's just so much stronger than me. So I'm like, oof. And I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So there we go, put that down here. Do a little roll. I'm like, pita bread. I'm gonna replace the banana with pita bread, because that will, maybe, if I survive this night, be a little better. And I'm like, ooh, freeze for Penguin. Orange. Orange is pretty good, plus 4 HP. The Vaquita. The Vaquita is a great enabler for the trumpet build, because it doubles how many trumpets you have. So this guy has a much weaker build. Ooh, ow. Ooh, I lost my Kerberos here. Bam. But I also got rid of his chili with weak. So yeah, the bat is actually, like, low-key hella good. Uh-oh. Bonk. Oh, look at that pita bread coming in clutch. And the Pegasus carrying the day. So that's game 1. I actually did not expect to, like... This is, like, literally the first game I played this entire week. And I was like, what? That's crazy. Anyways, I want to showcase the other games here, too, as well. So let's just go here. What was another close game? This game was not close at all. I think I just got clapped. This was a pretty interesting game, so I'm going to showcase this one too. So this round, I'm like, you know what? Let's, well, I'm just going to play around here. I'm like, I open with the mouse, and I'm like, there's no way I'm winning with a mouse opener. But I'm like, maybe I can save the mouse for later. You know, sell the apple, use it to buff something I get later. I think like the video does kind of spoil. I mean, like the little history, match history. I don't know why this guy's a level. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. But I guess he couldn't have 3 axe handle hounds, so he just had to merge them all, right? So I merged my mouse here, and I'm like, ooh, Ghost Kitten. And I'm like, you know what? Gotta take Ghost Kitten home. Because this week there's a lot of ping abilities, so in my mind, I'm like, if I get an early Ghost Kitten and I just keep scaling it, it could be really good. So here's where the Axe Handle Hound gets countered. So you see he kills the egg, and the eggs then commit Sudoku, and then they respawn. And I'm like, So anyways, yeah, that's how you counter Axe Handle Hound. Axe Handle Hound basically existing just means that like you probably shouldn't hold multiple copies of the same thing. And then I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I'll just hold multiple copies of eggs. So I sell here, and I'm like, ooh, better apple. Put it on my Ghost Kitten. 5/5. Put a little ferret. I think I picked up the balloon because I really want to buff my Ghost Kitten here. And I was like, ooh, another sneaky egg. And I'm like, you know what? Let's triple it and see what we get. Toad is very interesting. Enemy hurt, make it weak for 2 times per battle. So this could actually combo well with like a enter the battlefield ping comb. So if you have like dolphins and stuff, I think Toad could be a really good enabler for that build. So I think this week is just it's just balancing act. Oh yeah, this guy has a bunch of mice. Yeah, this week's a great balancing act between tokens and pings. Pings are very deadly this week though, so I think I might want to try to build a full ping build. And I'm like, ooh, get another one? And I'm like, nah. So I put the Ghost Kitten in the front because I do want the balloon here to trigger. The Sneaky Egg also makes bigger stats units, like a bigger stat unit. There's no point in buffing your Sneaky Egg because it always dies. And it doesn't scale past like a certain point in the game, so there's no point in keeping it. Uh-oh. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. He's got a bunch of Eggos. I'm weak, doesn't matter. Bonk, bonk. Ooh, he's weak. And that's a tie. And I'm like, you know what, I'll take it. So here, Ghost Kitten gets a buff. I think I put garlic on the Ghost Kitten. I don't remember. Garlic is a pretty good pick, I would say. Yeah. Just because the Ghost Kitten basically takes 5 less damage from abilities now. Sell the Hound. Oh, okay, so I buffed my Ghost Kitten. Ghost Kitty. So here I freeze the Guinea Pig, because Guinea Pig is like a good way to just get triples fast. Here we go. Ghost Kitty. And I'm like, hey, nice camel, bro. Be a shame if I just plowed right through it. Bonk. Ooh. 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 And he gets weak. Nice. So right now, the early game, I'm clearing it pretty nicely here, so it's not too big of a problem. Hey, look, it's a dolphin. So I freeze the ferret here, and I'm like, ooh, okay, pick up the dolphin. Dolphin sounds cute. Oh my god. So I unfreeze the Guinea Pig because I'm like, I actually don't need it anymore. Combine the Ghost Kitty, and I'm like, well, there goes the frog, because this will help me scale the Ghost Kitty. A little bit of a glitch here. There we go. So I should probably start selling my egg, actually. I didn't sell it. I don't think I sell the egg until a little bit later. But yeah. So here we got all these abilities. I think this hits random stuff here. RIP my dolphin. RIP my penguin. Dolphin hitting his Pegasus here. Bonk. 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 Ooh. Breakpoints. I lose by 1. Feels bad. There we go. Ghost Kitten gets scaling. I buy a ferret. Pick another balloon. And I'm just like, Loveland Frogman. I'm like, nothing jumps. So I pick up the owl because I'm like, maybe I can use owl for scaling. And then I see these guys. Okay, I'm here to pause those. These guys, and whenever a friend faints, you gain 1 trumpet. So basically it adds to like a huge Labrador at the end. And I'm like, oh my god, should I just pick this up? But I don't have a build optimized for this, so I decide to pass on it. So I just rearrange everything. And I'm like, oh, and I got another one. And it gets offered to me 4 times back to back. And I'm like, ah. Oh. I'm literally being taunted right now. So I freeze the Dragonfly, because Dragonfly is going to help me do some passive scaling. I'm pretty weak this turn, so I don't expect to win here. Oh, he has a banana on the Sneaky Egg. That's actually a great way to carry tokens. Oh, I never thought about that. That's interesting. But yeah, like, I mean, it's expected that I lose this turn, because I'm super weak. I get the owl here, and I'm like, okay, sell that. Put that over here. I think an even ballsier play. Yeah, oh my god, I actually went for it. This is such a greedy play. I basically have no real units except for the Ghost Kitten here. And I'm like, ooh, freeze for the Nyala. So this thing basically summons an 8/8, dude. 8/8 doggo at the very end because of the trumpets. So the only problem right now is the penguin doesn't really scale well. And it's also taking some stats off of my Ghost Kitten because its penguin's level 2 now. So anyways, meat on the bone. Ow. I just noticed my Ghost Kitten isn't taking any hits from abilities. So anyways, here's my doggo. And yeah, there's actually a lot of buff units this week. So I think you can go really greedy with the buff plays. So there we go, that's a big buff. And I think I just put this down and I just literally hang on to the Dragonfly. I remember Dragonflies used to be 2/4s, but now they're just 1/1s. Which tells me that Dragonflies were just simply too strong at the time. And I was like, ooh, another Ghost Kitten. I mean, I guess I'll take a Ghost Kitty. Boom. Boom, boom. So yeah. So, just lots of passive buffers here. A lot of the ping units actually only ping off like the weakest units. Yeah, so the Ghost Kitten just took 1 damage. It dodges the weak, thank goodness. Bam, 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 boom, 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 boom. But here, his weak beats me out. And I'm just like, oh, depression. So I'm down to 1 life, and I'm like, bruh, how are we supposed to survive? Anyways, I put the Nyala on, and I'm like, ooh, chocolate. There we go. I was like, Kerberos, Penguin. So now Penguin has 2 targets now. That's +4/+4, and that's also +4/+4. I'm getting +8/+8 across the board per turn. So, you know, we're getting stats up there. So Ghost Kitten here. Bonk. Oh no, it got weak. Uh-oh. Oh well. Bam. He has a 16/16 here, and I'm just like, whoa. Well, I got a 16/16 as well. So now Nurikabe just, you know, it just triggers Nurikabe a bunch of times. And there we go. It could also be valid to try and buff a Nurikabe to be really strong. So here I merged the Dragonflies, because I'm like, you know what? Let's get a Kerberos here. And I'm like, ooh, orange. Orange. And they hit the 2 units that I really wanted them to hit. Boom, boom, boom. And there we go. Now the thing is, I gain less stats per turn, but the Kerberos can be helpful here. Oh no, we got the weak. So actually I think Garlic might not be a good buy this week, because Garlic just gets reset all the time. Ooh. Hammerhead's a great way to do econ. But this guy's on 1 life. Yeah, he was super weak compared to me, stat-wise. But yeah, Hammerhead Shark gives 3 gold if you have a level 3 pet. But, you know, I don't have one. I'm like, ooh, Taco. And then I realized, oh, I always get confused with Taco and Pita Bread, because they look kind of similar, the sprites. So anyways, I got a pretty big Ghost Kitty now. And I'm like, no, depression. Here I was actually scared. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose. But then all his peanuts like got disappeared, and he has a 32/32, and I'm like, uh-oh, that's a really big doggo. That's a really hecking chonker. But his Whale Shark just wasn't big enough. So thank goodness my Kerberos break points. Oof. Just made it. Just barely make it. And I'm like, oh, bad hits on the orange. And I'm like, ooh, Taco. And I'm like, orange. Honestly, just Taco orange back to back, pretty strong. And then I'm just passively scaling buffs at this point, just eating food. And that's it. And this guy's a ping build with, ooh, he's got Grizzly Bear. Kind of scary, actually. Okay. Oh, it gave me weak. Uh-oh. Yeah, so I'm thinking actually buffing one guy, it doesn't seem like it's the correct strategy this week. I don't know. Or like just making sure you have sources of weak generation, I think seems to be quite important. Ooh, look at these hawks, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a race between stats and getting ping, and like weak and stuff. So I'm like, you know, I'll put a banana on my penguin so that my stat givers can do something here. Now here's the thing, if I level up my Kerberos, my Dragonfly actually becomes a little useless. So I think I should sell my Dragonfly later. This guy has a bunch of golden eggs. Golden egg meets Ghost Kitten. Ooh, okay. This one does what? Deal 5 damage before attacking once. Also sells. So yeah, the Ghost Kitten is weak, but I take 6 less damage. So I take 9 damage, and I deal 5. So I should only be taking 4. How come I'm taking so much more extra? Huh? Okay, well, he's got a pretty big Grizzly Bear. Unfortunately, Grizzly Bear doesn't trigger off of its own attacks, so I beat this guy just because he was not able to get through my Ghost Kitten fast enough. So I'm like, ooh, we're gonna make a comeback. So here I put the orange on, and I'm like, ooh, do I buff the Kerberos? And I'm like, you know what? Okay, buff the Ghost Kitty. So now the Ghost Kitty gets buffs, and then the Dragonfly gets buffs. Yeah, so I'm trying to hold out for as long as possible for the Kerberos, because otherwise my Dragonfly becomes kind of useless. Okay, bam. Stegosaurus is pretty cool. Bam. Ooh, oh, he ate one of these. Oh, okay, so here's what happens. Oh my god. Look at how big that trumpet is. But that's his entire build. He simply does not have enough firepower though. Like a 50-50 is great, but the rest of his build was just too weak in terms of stats. So that was when I was like, wow, that's a cool build actually. But it just wasn't strong enough. If he had higher stats across the board, that would be scary. And I was like, ooh, another Kerberos. So this is the last round basically, so I'm just like, well, it is what it is. Ghost Kitten 45-50. Here we go, boys. And I'm like, what? I look at this guy's board and I'm like, yo, this guy's just my build but better. He basically found like a unit like early on, and yeah, to one friend of each level. Yeah, like this is just redonkulous. Anyways, oh actually, is there a way to make the monkeys faint? Because with the bananas, if you can make your pets faint, you can actually monkey up pretty quickly. But yeah, basically I just get plowed here. Like this guy's build is just better, like miles better. Because even his stat buffers units are super big. So I'm just like, oh. But you know what? It's fine. That guy's build was just so much stronger than mine. Anyways, and the last replay I want to show you guys is this one. This one is where I was trying to do a doggo build, and I dang near pulled it off, guys. Just gotta say. So I got the balloon here, little moth, and I'm like, yeah, put the egg down because egg's pretty good. And I'm like, you know what? I'll freeze for a moth because, you know, triples. Determine the scouts, and so let's run it back. So here we got, to be fair, I got the ping. It could be okay. Kill off his hound instantly. But I'm just like, I'll farm stats. So anyways, bonk, bonk, bonk. Great breakpoints. Starting with mouse is basically guaranteed loss, because mouse just has no stats. And I'm like, ooh, freeze that. And I'm like, here, here. And I'm like, you know what? I will brave the fact that there might be an axe handle hound. And I'm like, what? Triple ferret. So anyways, I brave the axe handle hound here, and lo and behold, I get punished. I think, yeah, there's 2 of them, so they just killed my entire back line. So I'm just like, well, that didn't work out. I think if there was 1, it would have been okay, because the bee would have made up for it. But there were 2, so I just got beamed. I was like, Oh yeah, I also forgot to move the ferret, and I'm just like, uh-oh. And here's the problem with ferret though, like I really didn't want to pick it twice, but I was like, you know what, I kind of have to. So I sell this for the roll. I'm like, okay, give me some Pegasus here. And then I just roll, roll, and I'm like, I found nothing. Anyways, so here, if I get another axe handle hound in the face, it's gonna suck. And there is another axe handle hound. Oh, we had a triple axe handle hound? That's crazy. So anyways, everything just dies and respawns. He like lost one of the eggs, I think. Anyways, I get breakpoints into the ground here, so I just take too much damage here. Like 2 L's in a row. But anyways, I'm like, okay, that's it. We gotta merge. And I'm like, okay, put the mouse in, sell the mouse. And then I'm buffing my Pegasus here. I think I end up moving my Pegasus to the front because the balloon's gonna break next turn. And I'm like, well, gotta pay the tax. And I'm like, you know what, I'll put the frigate bird down here just because. And I put some honey on the ferret. These are all temporary, like, stat boosts for now. But the Pegasus is probably going to go down, like, right away. And I face a guy who's even weaker than me, and I'm like, wow, okay. Anyways, bonk, 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 bonk. That was not even close. That guy was super weak, but I guess he had an owl, so that kind of makes up for it. Or it kind of explains his weakness here. I think here, actually, I could have probably not combined the Pegasus. That's a blunder, actually. If I didn't combine the Pegasus, I could have double Pegasus Frigate Bird. Like, get rid of the Frigate Bird. Ooh, okay. And I'm like, ooh, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was really good before. This week, the performance of Nightcrawler has been quite substandard. Or, like, disappointing, because it's got very little HP. That egg just absorbing the shot from the dolphin here. I think maybe I could probably take egg to the late game, actually. If I just never buff it. But anyways, this guy's trumpet build is inspiring. I'm like, ooh, that's cute. Oh, let me try that. So here we go. Pegasus combination. And I'm like, hey, it's an old mouse. I'll rearrange everything. And I'm like, sell the egg. Get another Nightcrawler. I don't even know what kind of animal Nightcrawler is. It's like Spooky Boy. Oh, I don't take old mouse? Oh, okay. Must have been a different run then. Anyways. Pegasus at the front. Oh, Frigate Bird. Oh my god. My entire board just gets wiped here. And I'm like, oh. I summoned a bunch of bees here. Actually, my entire board gets wiped, and it just resummoned itself, and it just completely crushed them. So I'm like, you know what? We take those, baby. We take those. Buff my Pegasus to 810. And I'm like, ooh, penguin. I'm like, penguins. I sell them off here. I think I'm debating on picking up the wolf. Oh, wait a minute. That's a blunder, actually. Because now I actually don't benefit as much from double penguin. Because I only have one thing to get +2. So I just basically just get +2/+2. I should have kept the ferret. That's a blunder. But you know what? That's why we cast our own replays, you know? So here I think I just get depression. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Nurikabe just eats all the pigs. And I'm like, oh my god. And then the melon comes in and I'm like, bro. But my Pegasus is big enough. So yeah, there we go. Just big enough. And I think I give one of these guys, yeah, honey. And I'm like, ooh, penguin number 2. And I'm like, ooh, Nyala, let's go. So here's where I learned that here's where I learned that penguin doesn't buff, I think, itself. Because I was like, ooh, does the penguin buff itself? But this is fine. So this guy has a Saiga Antelope. So actually the Saiga Antelope itself should be like a unit, like a support unit by itself. So yeah, bang. And I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't have that many trumpets. And then all his pigs get summoned. And I'm like, ooh, actually he does have hella trumpets. Bonk, 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 bonk. And then he summons a 13/13. And I'm like, oh my god. But the garlic carries the day, baby. Garlic is pretty good. And I'm like, ooh, there's a Vaquita. I will take one of those too. Because that'll also increase the size of my trumpet boy. And I'm like, okay. Freeze, freeze, roll. And there we go. Bonk. So yeah. And oh, yes, I remember this round. This round is the round where I get depression. This is actually such a good combo. Camel plus Nurikabe. Oh my god. It's like the dream. Because I can't get through his camel. His camel is simply too big. He has 2 buffers too. So yeah, the Nurikabe is just simply too thick. And I'm like, oh my god. Help me. So I just get completely plowed by the Nurikabe here. And I'm just like, oh. Can't help it though. And I'm like, ooh, banana. I think I put the banana here. So this week the turbo tokens actually aren't as turbo. So yeah, I could have probably taken the banana here. And there's no faint pill either. If there was a faint pill, you could make use of the banana. to summon a bunch of monkeys to buff like your front unit by +2/+2, or I mean +2/+3. Monkey is actually one of my favorite support units because of how much it buffs by. Bonk, bonk, bonk. So here he just has like a big duck. I think his plan is to like penguin it up, but yeah, unfortunately that duck isn't big enough. It's also a pretty bad unit to keep in the back. Anyways, I'm like, it's time to sell the penguin. Get the Saiga antelope, and I'm like, it's Vaquita time. So now the only problem here now is like positioning for my wolf is a little bit pipiga. Actually, I think if I sold my Pegasus, everything would be high tier to get a +4/+4. But anyways, the Vaquita is going to suffer a little bit because I can't get the value off of the wolf triggering a bunch of times, which is kind of sad. You know, missing out on value always feels bad, man. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Ooh. I like how the trumpet gets squeakier and squeakier every time. Bonk. Oh. Ooh. Just 1 health, baby. Just 1 health difference. And I survived because of that. And I'm like, ooh, Vaquita. That's pretty good. And I don't pick up anything because I'm like, my build's full. I literally can't do anything here. Taco. I put the gingerbread man here because that makes my wolf level up in combat to basically summon some bigger pigs. I think this guy has a similar build to me, but he's got an Osprey. Osprey I think is the unit I want instead of a wolf, because it summons groundhogs that give me more trumpets. So like the build just like accelerates through the roof, and I'm like bonk, bonk. Yeah, I got a bunch of pigs here. I honestly think, actually, you know what? Pegasus is still quite viable, I would say. Still quite strong. Ooh, but the Vaquita with the 1 extra health here, break points, makes that 44, 44, 46. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But just broke clean. And I was like, let's do it, boys. That was such a close call. And I was like, oh, monkey! Monkey business! I get my Pegasus to level up. I toss all the monkeys because, I don't know, that's not what I'm looking for right now. Probably I could have taken the monkeys, actually. If I taken the monkeys and I put them on the Nyala, I don't know, the Saiga antelope. Here's where I'm like stuck with a bunch of units where I'm just like, what do I do with these things? So yeah, this guy has a gigantic camel, and the Stegosaurus just, it made his monkey super big. It didn't make his Sabertooth big, but if the Sabertooth was big on top of everything else, yeah. So here's where I'm just like, uh-oh. Well, this is kind of bad. Bonk. Sabertooth gets really big, and I'm like, uh-oh. This is bad. This is really bad. Bam. I run through Sabertooth, run through that, but his monkey is too big for me. The Stegosaurus buffing his monkey, I was just like, oh, depresso. But that was probably the best hit, to be honest. So I sell the wolf here because I'm like, I can't do this. I put an Osprey here. The only problem with the Osprey is it only summons 1 unit. So I'm like, I probably should have put the banana on it. So here I'm actually a lot weaker. Because I don't get all the wolves. Oh, someone just subscribed. Hey, how's it going? Oh, it's another Nurikabe wall combo, except this guy's build is even more refined because he has a grizzly bear and he has a Sabertooth. So I don't really stand a chance here. Bonk. Ooh, and I just get absolutely slaughtered here. Bonk. My Labrador's not big enough, and I just get completely plowed by this Nurikabe here. And I'm just like, oh. Feels bad, man. So I'm like, maybe I can get a Vaquita to be bigger. I'm just trying to roll down to find a Vaquita. Give a banana here. Freeze the other Osprey in case... Well, I don't know. I'm freezing for next game. But this is the last possible round here. Round 16. And here we go. Ghost Kitten. He's got a bunch of chili peppers here. This actually decimates me. because all my guys just don't have enough health. So yeah, so that happens, and I'm just like, oh no, oh no, bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, we tie, but then this comes in, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I just got knocked. So yeah, there it is. If you guys enjoyed this game, be sure to leave a like, and until next time, I will see you guys later.
In the rear with the gear.
The tires, let's light some fires.
Need a light. They picked the wrong fight.